Yo, what is up guys, Nakama here, and I have a very special video for today, and this is my first tutorial. It's about how to make a cylinder minigame on Renpy. Let's just quickly look at what we are trying to achieve. So hello, and yeah, I'm not going to teach how to display sprites on Renpy. I think there's a different tutorial on that. The thing that's most interested thing that's this video is going to demonstrate is this mini game. So basically, when you press these buttons, I kind of didn't add an animation for the button press, so that's kind of a weird thing. But generally, if you do press on this, the words are changing. The game is asking you to use this and create a mystery game name. So there are two names that you can make. The first is the ace attorney name. So there's the check button here. And you press this and oh, I love that game. Phoenix Wright is such a great character, I know, right? Objection, yeah. So the second option, that's possible option, is the game I create myself, Lost for Truth. And these two are the characters from. Oh, I love that. The mystery challenge characters from Gen. I also. So you can definitely check out that game. Kind of a really cool game, and I did use this mechanic in my own video game. Much more unique and much harder and more interesting than just a regular menu question that Renpy has. So how do you make something like this? Okay, so here's the script. Just define the characters here, and this is how you mirror the character sprites. I'm just going to point that out. And yeah, I labeled all of them. So one thing to note is that when the minigame starts, you have to call your variables. I was stuck before I started recording, and that was because I kind of forgot to call my variables. A rookie mistake. The second one is, of course, you have to say show screen cylinder game 1. And depending on the answer, there are three different answers. So if you made a wrong answer or didn't select any of the two right answers, then that's not a real game of your right. I created a different file, Renpy file, and put my variables in here. First this. First there's this list. You put in the words and the variables inside it. One thing to note is that these variables are not being counted as 1, 2, 3. They're being counted as 0, 1, 2, 3. Which is why it says here that it's 9 and it says here it's 11. Despite the fact that for num is referring to the first word, and of course second num is referring to the second word. And the reason it's 9 and 11 is because, like I said, it counts from 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's 9 in total. But counting is 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 11, including the 0. Going down, you say screen and type in the name. Model true makes it so that the player has to interact with that object to progress the story. If model wasn't true, then you can just press space and just continue the dialogue. The window option is here to set the background. And again, from the images files, I used green board. It's in my image folder. And as this is also the triangle hover. I could also add the pressed animation, but kind of lazy. These are the sprites. And of course, you position the green board, the background, with the pause. The fixed, why did I put fixed in there? I had to, first of all, create a variable called cylog1 and 2. And then display those variable inside the text. Now again, this is the position. Len is showcasing the len function returns the number of items in an object. So first W is this variable, right? So depending on which variable it is, it's defaulted at 0. If first W is 0, the for num is also 0. And that means that the first W and the thing that's going to be displayed on this, again, going back to this, is also 0. So the first 0 is blood, which is why when you start off the game, the first thing is blood and solid. They are the first words you see because both variables are set, all of them are set to 0. when you press the buttons, what's going to happen is that okay, it's an image button, and yeah, it's going to have the PNG of the triangle up, and I also aligned both of them, gave them sizes, and then I set, and the variable is first num, and the first one plus. If you press this image button action, it's going to add not 1 to first num. So yeah, set variable is going to set the variable for first num, and then when you press this button, the action behind this is going to increase it by 1. Then you press the second button, which is the button that's aligned, that's pointing up, that's also aligned next to this button. Then it's going to increase the second num, and the second num is double, so on and so forth. So, and these are the downward pointing buttons, and similarly it goes -1. So this variable is constantly changing. First num is changing, and those first num changes are going to affect variable of second W and first W, and it's going to go -1, and the -1 means ball. And these also are kind of related to this. Without these, you're going to have some real hard error. If for num is more than 9, because 9 is the neon, if it's more than 9, then it automatically resets to 0. And if first num is lower than 0, then it automatically becomes 9. So using this, you can make it so that it doesn't just get out of bound. But the first num and the second num is locked into from 9 to 0 thanks to this variables. And also make sure to put the return button here so that the variable actually has a limit, or otherwise it's just not going to work. And the final text button is the check text button. And also this is how you increase the size of a text. You put size plus 10 and the size here, and whatever in between is going to be increased in the size. So when you press this button, you are supposed to jump to a different label, right? So in order to have multiple, if there is only one option, you will just have, if only 2 options existed, then you will have, so if and else. So if you pick the wrong option, it's going to send you to the else option, which is this. And if you pick the right option, it's going to send you to lost truth, the label lost truth. But since there are 3 options, then it's better to use elif. Without the elif, if you just say if, then it's also not going to work. It's only going to register the if in the below, and not going to register this at all. So when the game checks it checks is it if, and if it's not if, then it checks this. And then if both checks fail, then it goes to else. So yeah, that's about it.